Well, good morning. We are beginning lesson 10. I don't know if y'all take the time and look at the Dear Family letter, but if you could, please, read over it, read with your family. Looking at it, it does give, what we will be doing. I know I hadn't really said much about that, but I mean, it is in your workbook. Sorry about that. Okay, that is page 181. Okay, and then there's an activity thinking about positive and negative numbers around you. Do the activity to investigate positive and negative numbers in the real world. Here are some examples. Where else do you see the positive and negative fraction and decimals around you? And fill in. Okay. All right, let's begin on page 183. Previously, you learned how to add positive and negative numbers. In this lesson, you're going to learn about subtracting positive and negative fractions and decimals. Okay, usually you'll work this and then you'll be able to look at the answer of, but let's go ahead and work it together. We have a pool's diving platform is 10 meters above the water's surface. The bottom of the pool is at a negative 5 meters relative to the surface of the water. What is the distance between the diving platform and the bottom of the pool? Okay, we've been talking about distance in our last lesson. And the distance from 10 to 0, here's the water here, would be 10. And then on from the water down to your negative 5 at the bottom of the pool, right? So then we'd have our 10 subtract a negative 5, which we have 10, add the opposite. So that's adding a positive. So 10 plus 5 equals 15. So the distance, there's 10 units here, 5 units here, and 10 plus 5 would be the 15. Distance is 15 meters. Okay? And remember, distance is always positive. Doing connected. All right, look back. What's the distance between the diving platform and the bottom of the pool? Well, we just, worked through that for 15 meters. Well, how do you know? Well, because the diving platform is 10 meters above. That's 10 units. And then the bottom of the pool is 5 meters below the surface. And I didn't put a negative here because of the word below here. Okay, and this is a positive, talking about above. So your 10 plus 5 equals 15. So 15 is the distance. Then explain how you can use the number line to find the distance. On this one, between 4.5 and a negative 3 75/100. Okay, that's not a decimal. That is a period right here after the 5. So looking over here, there are 4.5 units between 4.5 and 0. And there are 3 75/100. Well, 3.75, right? Going to here. Units between 0 and a negative 3 75/100. So, once again, distance, you're going to add the 4 5/10 plus the 3 75/100, which equals to 8 25/100. And remember, when you are adding with decimals, to line your decimals up. Okay, moving on to the next. We're talking about the absolute value, because here's your absolute value symbol. And we've got the expression absolute value of 4 5/10 minus a negative 3 75/100. And the expression of a negative 3 75/100 minus 4 5/10. To find the distance between these same two 4 5/10 and a negative 3 75/100. Well, we know distance is always positive. And the distance between the 2 points is the same no matter which